Welcome to the Get Real Podcast, your high-octane boost of full-on reality therapy for personal, business, and investing success with your host, Ron Phillips, because somebody's got to tell it like it is.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Get Real Podcast. Ron Phillips here. Man, there's some days where we get a reprieve from the stupidity, a reprieve from, man, the injustice, the overreach of our government. And I am happy to be the person that gets to tell you today is a good day. Who was it? Was it Ice Cube, Ice T? I can't remember which one of the ices that said that. It wasn't Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice. But today was a good day. Today was a good day. I bring you good news, glad tidings of great joy if you're a business owner. Well, just for all Americans, for anybody listening, this is great news because it is a massive win for the Constitution. What the heck am I talking about? It wasn't very long ago that I had Bob Bloom on, one of my attorneys, to talk about this Corporate Transparency Act. What a joke this thing is. I believe at the time I said this thing was unconstitutional. And today, the National Federal of Independent Business, they've been working on a lawsuit. I think we talked about it too on the podcast. I can't remember, but it was only for Texas. Well, I think that was a different lawsuit. Anyway, today there was a decision in the case of Texas Top Cop Shop Inc. et al., which we'll talk about in just a minute, at the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas. And the court granted that NFIB's request for a preliminary injunction blocking the U.S. Department of Treasury from enforcing the Corporate Transparency Act, beneficial owner information reporting requirements. And this ruling, so quoting now the executive director, Beth Melito of NFIB's Small Business Legal Center, they says, this ruling is a huge victory for small businesses nationwide and just in time. If you didn't know, just in time for sure, because these are all of these beneficial ownership information reporting documents they were all due before the end of the year. So here we are in December. This thing finally happened. I've already, and here's the really, no, I'm going to finish the first part. So Bob Bloom emailed me this morning. I've had several text messages from people telling me this has happened. For many Main Street small businesses, they were a mere 4 weeks away from the deadline to file their information in accordance with the CTA. The BOI reporting requirements, as beneficial ownership information requirements, are a harmful invasion of small business owners' privacy and a misuse of their valuable time. I am glad somebody actually said, listen, it is hard enough to run any business, but especially a small business. The resources, both capital and human capital, to do something this ludicrous and all of the other ridiculous. I think Elon Musk the other day was talking about all of the regulations that he has to do certain things in each one of his companies. It is astronomical. Now, I understand that some regulation is necessary, but this kind of stuff right here, this is absurd. Thankfully, the court agreed and granted a preliminary injunction giving small business owners a reprieve from this burdensome rule. Now, clearly, the government is going to appeal this. No question about it. hopefully it gets struck down and I hope it gets struck down in a way that is embarrassing to the people in charge who's tried to ram this thing down everybody's throat. NFIB's lawsuit argues that the CTA is unconstitutional, as do I, but here's why they do. In that it exceeds Congress's authority over the states. Of course it does. Of course it does. As I mentioned on the show earlier, the corporations, limited liability companies et al. Are done at the state level. They are not federal entities. Of course, it exceeds Congress's authority over the states. It improperly compels speech and contradicts the right of anonymous association guaranteed by the First Amendment, and it violates the Fourth Amendment by forcing the disclosure of private information. Absolutely, it does. All of those things. This kind of thing heats me up, but what a great day. The NFIB partnered with this. So if you know any of these institutions, any of these companies, are close to them or have anything whatsoever to do with them, please thank them. And if you can do business with them, please do. The NFIB partnered with the Center for Individual Rights and filed the lawsuit with the Texas Top Cop Shop. I'm going to look them up today. I don't know who these people are, but if there's anything I could buy from them, I'm going to. Datacom, it's DATACOMM, Datacom for Business. Mustard Seed Livestock. I wonder if Mustard Seed Livestock sells meat. If they do, I'm buying some today. Russell Strayer. I don't have any idea who that is, what company that is. And the Libertarian Party of Mississippi. Because NFIB and its nearly 300,000 members were a party to this case, and this is the really cool piece, right? Because had it not been for that, this probably would have been limited to Texas. But because of that, we all get the benefit of this. Because NFIB and its nearly 300,000 members were a party to this case, the judge blocked enforcement of the BOI reporting requirements nationwide. So, as of today, you don't have to do this nonsense. This reaffirms the power that the NFIB members hold when they stand up and speak out in protection of their rights. The NFIB Small Business Legal Center protects the rights of small business owners in the nation's courts. NFIB is currently active in more than 40 cases in federal and state courts across the country and in the U.S. Supreme Court. God bless them for taking up this torch on behalf of all small business owners out there who were getting ramrodded by this horrible legislation. Horrible legislation. So today was a good day. And here's the kicker. I've already reported a bunch of my entities to these foul human beings. So some of Ron's anonymity, and probably some of you listening, some of your anonymity has already been destroyed. But at least we don't have to do the rest of them if we have any left. And I am certain that at some point here, once this gets struck down, there will be something from the new administration. I hope the new administration just strikes this down. Why do we need to waste the court's time and everybody else's money on something that is clearly unconstitutional? I hope the new administration makes this one of its first things they do, just strikes this nonsensical, unconstitutional thing down, and we don't ever have to hear about it again. Although, if they do that, I will definitely report it to you guys. But I wanted to get this out to you so you don't waste your time on this, because it's a big, as Joe Biden would say, it's a big effing deal. It really is. It really is. So it's a win It's a win for small business today, folks. So I invite you to get out and celebrate. You know, I'm not sure what's happening in your world today, but there might not be anything as big as this happening in your world. So take the opportunity to go celebrate this wonderful court case and decision. And thank God for what's the song? God bless Texas. God bless Texas and the NFIB and all these other. I'm going to say these people's names again and we'll put these in the show notes too. Texas Top Cop Shop. I'm looking them up right now because why not? I mean, why wouldn't we look them up right now? Texas Top Cop Shop. Datacom. I don't know exactly what they do. Let's see what Texas Top Cop Shop does. Police apparel, EMT, fire, and military apparel too. Convenient location to serve. Man, this is so cool. This is so cool. Yeah, look them up. So anybody needs any I mean, if you're a police, EMT, fire, military, look them up. I'm sure they've got an online store and you can order some gear from them. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to look at the rest of these people. I encourage you guys to look these companies up too. See if there's any kind of business you can do with them. I'm excited about every one of these people. And let that be a lesson to all of us. We should all be so bold as these people were when our rights are being trampled. I'm going to take that as a lesson for myself. So, till next time, everybody. Do what these people did and get out there and make something happen.
This has been the Get Real Podcast. To subscribe and for more information, including a list of all episodes, go to getrealestatesuccess.com.